Now on CoastTV News.
Running for U.S. Senate, former Maryland Governor Larry Hogan is shaking up the race in the state and possibly the balance of power in Washington.
The new Millsboro police station, it's almost here. What to expect inside the building coming up.
Open for business, how a state grant is bringing dreams to life.
And it looks like Mother Nature's cranking up the rain machine over the weekend. I'll pinpoint when to expect it in a moment.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Hogan announces the former governor making his play for U.S. Senate. Good evening, I'm Mallory Metzner.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Madeline Overturf has the evening off. Welcome to our News at 5. And we begin tonight with a big announcement from Maryland's former governor.
Larry Hogan is officially running for one of Maryland's 2 Senate seats. The former governor making that announcement today. Hogan is a standout in some ways. He was a popular Republican governor in a left-leaning state. He certainly will have a huge name ID heading into the upcoming primary and election. He will face some challenges, though. Hogan is not a supporter of former President Donald Trump. In numerous interviews, he said the country and the Republican Party need to move on from Trump and Trumpism, and his view of Washington is very clear.
Like the exhausted majority of Marylanders, I'm completely fed up with politics as usual. The politicians in Washington seem to be more interested in arguing than in actually getting anything done for the people they represent.
Hogan now joins a Republican field that includes 7 other candidates for senator. Whoever wins that battle will face one of 10 Democrats, all of whom are looking to take the place of outgoing Senator Ben Cardin. And now here's some background on former Governor Hogan.
In 1972, his father, Congressman Hogan, became county executive of Prince George's County at the age of just 22. State industry and founded Hogan Companies in 1985.
In 2014, he announced his campaign and was elected governor. And in 2018, he became the first Republican governor to win a second term in Maryland in 50 years.
According to a January 2023 Gonzales poll, statewide, 77 people said they approved of the job he has done as governor.
What's next in this bid? Well, along with Hogan, 7 other Republicans have filed so far to run for Senate in Maryland. On the Democratic side, 10 candidates are currently in the race. Looking ahead, both the Democratic and Republican primaries will be held on May 14th. The election will be held on November 5th.
The White House today pushing back on the special counsel's report that takes aim at President Biden's memory issues, but does not press any charges for his handling of classified documents at his home. NBC's Alice Barr reports on how former President Trump, who faces federal criminal charges in his classified documents case, is calling the decision not to charge Biden political.
Thank you very much for making
President Biden meeting today with the German chancellor amid fresh fallout from the stunning special counsel report that found the president should not be charged for his handling of classified documents, but amplified serious concerns about what the report called his diminished faculties in advancing age. The White House counsel's office questioning the tactics.
You're left to wonder why this report spends time making gratuitous and inappropriate criticisms of the president.
A defiant President Biden spoke out last night.
My memory is fine.
Special counsel Robert Hur said our investigation uncovered evidence that President Biden willfully retained and disclosed classified materials after his vice presidency. But in explaining why no criminal charges are warranted, Hur noted that a jury would likely see Mr. Biden, quote, as a sympathetic, well-meaning and elderly man with a poor memory, even asserting that the president did not remember when his son Beau died.
How in the hell dare he raise that?
George Washington law professor Aram Gavor emphasizing how politics are overshadowing the legal points.
The relationship between the legal document and process and the politics when you involve a current sitting president is inescapable. It's an election year.
Former President Trump, who has pleaded not guilty to 40 federal criminal counts in his classified documents case, slammed the Biden decision as a two-tiered system of justice. But the Hur report notes that while, quote, Mr. Biden alerted authorities about the documents and cooperated with the investigation, Mr. Trump allegedly enlisted others to destroy evidence and then to lie about it. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
And these developments only add to the pressure President Biden is facing to show that he's up to the job of being president for a second term. A recent NBC News poll found 62% of voters have major concerns about his mental and physical health.
Back here at home, the new Millsboro police station is getting ever so closer to finally being completed. This building will have larger officer rooms with more workstations, a workout room, and it will even have a basketball court. Sue Ward, a local in Millsboro, says this change is a good one.
This one's much larger. They could probably use it for a lot of events and everything.
The building is set to be complete sometime in the spring.
Drivers in Fenwick Island, a road closure is coming to Island Street between Delaware Avenue and West Maryland Avenue. Something to be aware of here. DelDOT says the road will be closed beginning on Monday, February 12th. That's going to last all the way through March 4th. The closure is needed for the installation of new drainage pipes to help mitigate flooding.
We are taking a live look outside now into Ocean View. You can see the sun setting for the evening, so let's check in with our First Alert meteorologist, Paul Williams, on our First Alert weather tonight. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Mallory. And overall, we're staying very quiet again today. We're going to have that pesky and bothersome coastal flood advisory. It's going to be extended again going into Saturday. We're going to detail that in a moment as well. Our Bay Health camera in Dover right now indicating that we have a temperature of 49 degrees with the winds out of the southwest at 3 miles per hour. And we are expecting for it to drop to 50 degrees by 7 o'clock. But you notice we're slowly staying in the 40s for tonight. So a much milder night. We're not going to descend so quickly. Now, we ascended to 59 for the high in Georgetown and Salisbury. And we had a high of 53 degrees in Ocean City, well above the norm. Not a record-setting day, by the way, but well above the norm. But temperatures staying in the 50s for right now. Now, coming up, we will elaborate on those advisories that are active in our hour right now. We had one that was supposed to expire by 5 o'clock. We'll double-check that before we come back, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. Delaware homeowners have a unique opportunity to learn about conserving their property while benefiting the environment. A wetland easement workshop is scheduled for March 19th at the Harrington Fire Hall from 5 to 8 p.m. The session, hosted by the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service, that's going to focus on the Wetland Reserve Easement Program. It offers insights into restoring wetlands and protecting land from development. Dinner will be served following the workshop, and representatives will be available to answer questions after the dinner.
Happening now, the Lewis Library is considering selling its vacant lot. This property is next to CVS at the entrance of the Village of Five Points community. According to the Property Owners Association, during a recent town hall, some question if it might be possible for people to fund the purchase of the property. That would be through donations made to the Village of Five Points Community Enhancement Foundation. According to the association, a sale amount is not yet available, but feedback from the community is welcome. On Coast TV News at 6, reporter Charles Reiner will be live in Lewis with more on this development.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, should 5 Points be able to own the vacant lot? Let's take a look at the results.
Looking at the screen right now, it looks like the majority, 76%, think they should be able to own it. 10% say no. 10% want to see it used for the library, maybe regardless of who owns it. 4% say other uses.
And if you haven't voted yet, first time we've got this up here, you can go to CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app.
The latest winners of Encouraging Development Growth and Expansion Grant in Delaware have been announced. The grant helps fund people pursuing a small business through a competitive selection process. Shop B in downtown Milford recently opened its doors and is last year's recipient of the grant. The artistic couple started this small business of printing and displaying local art after a trip to a similar shop on their honeymoon. The Kelpers say this grant allowed their dream to come true.
It is absolutely amazing. Our work is never finished. We have big plans for this place as well, and we're planning to make those each rentable studios, as well as making this area up front sort of an event space where we can have art, like interactive art events.
Applications are already being accepted for the 2024 Edge Grant competition. Those applications will be accepted until March 1st.
Coming up, how Maryland is bridging the gap between farmers and hunters to help fight crop damage from deer.
And just as promised, we have an update on what's happening in Dorchester now. We have a coastal flood statement that's been extended there, and we'll update you on all the rest of the concerns we expect going into tomorrow.
Valentine's Day weekend, round one, how you can spread love on the holiday ahead of the big Super Bowl game.
My life experiences are woven into the fabric of who I am.
There's a lot of us out here been through this, and there's a lot of us who've gotten to the other side.
I think the story has to be told. I'm not a person to be dealt with, I'm a person to be embraced.
I use my own story. It's helping my PTSD as well as theirs.
If we're sharing our stories and if it reaches one person and they seek help, it's all worth it.
Uncover the perfect blend of comfort, innovation, and safety at Gateway Subaru. And right now, it's your choice. Choose what fits your lifestyle and budget. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Forester for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 2.9%. Choose to lease a new 2024 Subaru Outback for only $299 a month, or take advantage of financing rates as low as 1.9%. Gateway Subaru, where every choice leads to a new adventure. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
When you smoke inside, you're not the only one who inhales. Secondhand smoke causes cancer and heart disease in adults, and respiratory problems in children, and SIDS in infants. If you smoke or vape, take it outside.
When your job feels humdrum, you can still find that fun. I take a chance, I do. Or you spend the whole day working that 5-game parlay.
I'll take Philly +2.
When taking a chance becomes a victory dance, it's so fun to do. Or you go money line, it comes through, you feel fun.
More than fun, it's true.
Life would be dull if we never took a chance. Bet Rivers. Take a chance.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
A big weekend is ahead with two major events to plan for. Valentine's Day, the Super Bowl, those are both coming our direction pretty soon. Coast TV News anchor Mallory Metzner showing us ways you can celebrate love and your love for football.
When Valentine's Day falls in the middle of the week, you get to celebrate on both weekends around it, right? Here are some special ways to celebrate with your sweetheart or yourself this weekend. The town of Berlin has free horse-drawn carriage rides on Saturday from 11 to 3. Organizers say you don't even need a reservation for this romantic ride. Just line up at the corner of Pitts and Main Street. Maybe that's part of your photo contest entry. The town is asking people to take a photo with someone or something they love in Berlin. Post it with hashtag #LoveWinsInBerlin on Facebook or Instagram for the chance to win prizes like a rail bike ride or spa session. The deadline to enter is February 13th at 9 p.m. Don't forget to show love to Mother Earth. The Maryland Department of the Environment has ideas for an eco-friendly celebration. Buy sustainable jewelry, get a recyclable card, make your own gift, and make and locally buy delicious treats, like at a cookie decorating workshop on Saturday at Hammer and Stain, Lower Delaware in Lewis. And show love to the coast. The Friends of Cape and Lopin State Park is inviting community members to the group's monthly Trails Day on Saturday. Volunteers will assist with cleaning up and pruning and maintaining the trails, beaches, and walkways in the park. Bring a bag for collected trash. Volunteers should arrive by 8:45 a.m. at the McBride Bathhouse in the main beach parking lot. Meanwhile, the Big Chill Surf Cantina's annual singles party called Love Stinks, Let's Drink is back this Saturday night. The bar says there will be live music, drink specials, and a stoplight party starting at 8 p.m. Then on Sunday morning, wake up and get your heart pumping. The Seashore Striders' second annual Lovers Lane Boardwalk 5K kicks off at 10 a.m. And then later that day, a vegan Valentine's dinner in Rehoboth will be at the Pines starting at 4 p.m. Veg Rehoboth has a whole menu to satisfy your sweet tooth and sweetheart, finishing up with a white chocolate dessert and salted caramels. Show shelter pets some love this Super Bowl weekend and bring one home in time to watch the big game. Wear your favorite jersey to the Humane Animal Partners to get $50 off adoptions through February 10th. And then watch adorable puppies drag toys around to score touchdowns in the Puppy Bowl on Sunday. The Brandywine Valley SPCA's Dominic represents Team Fluff and Vanessa represents Team Rough. And remember, there will be more ways to celebrate Valentine's Day next weekend. For links to event pages, check out the Cool Things to Do article on CoastTV.com.
Brought to you by North Bay Marina, where boaters have the most fun.
Not sure what to get your Valentine this year? How about a new walk-in shower from Baths by Spicer Brothers? Right now, through February 14th, save 14% off your entire project and take advantage of no interest and no payments for 18 months. Plus, receive a set of 2 luxury bathrobes. And your new shower can be installed in as little as 1 day with factory-certified 5-star installation guaranteed. Don't miss out. This offer ends February 14th. Baths by Spicer Brothers, because you deserve the best.
16 years ago, we founded Community Bank Delaware with the goal of providing high-quality banking services to our local community. Here you meet with decision makers, people just like you who live in and love this community. We provide the newest banking technologies to our customers, supported by our local team of banking professionals. Our bank serves clients throughout Sussex County, and we continue to grow, all thanks to you. Community Bank Delaware, where community matters.
It's the President's Day mattress sale at Johnny Janosic, and everything's on sale. Purchase any mattress of $16.99 or more and get a free pillow set, free sheet set, and up to $600 off an adjustable base with 0% APR financing till 2027. And free local delivery on premium mattresses. Plus, save big on Beautyrest Flat, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, and Purple. Don't miss the President's Day mattress sale. For a limited time only at Johnny Janosic.
From the court to your living room, catch the dribbles and the buzzer beaters. High school basketball lives here on Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
From empty nester to first home, Accessible Home Builders does it all.
It was great working with Scott at Accessible Builders. He called us every Monday and asked us to come over to the house at each step of the way during the construction of our home.
It was pretty unique working with Scott because not only is he the owner, but he was working in here hands-on with his employees and really just trying to make our vision come to life.
Design your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
Want to simply encourage you to be sure to take your phone and put it on camera and scan the QR code in the corner so you can be updated on the latest version of our weather app. Our Gateway Subaru cameras indicating to us that, hey, we're seeing evidence right now of how the water is pushing right up on the shoreline here. And this is part of the pattern that we're keeping a close eye on that's been continuously giving us the coastal flood advisories and statements that we receive. Now, mind you, they're not warnings, watches, and all of that, but it's just for low-lying areas near the bay or right along the shore, or right along the coast. That's being problematic for us right now as we deal with high tides over the next couple of days, and it's been extended into Saturday. I'll show you that in a moment. First of all, Ocean City, we're looking at 45 degrees by 7 o'clock, dropping down to 44 at 8 o'clock, and then 46 degrees 46 degrees we go back to by the time we get into the latter portion of the evening hours. Our Laurel camera, not quite working right now, but the forecast panel is. We're looking at temperatures falling to 46 degrees by 7 o'clock and 45 degrees by 9 o'clock. Our coastal flood advisory, Sussex, is now updated to stay in effect until Saturday at 1 o'clock for all of our areas that are close close to any kind of standing water, actually. Coastal flood statement is active for Wicomico. Now, this means that we're basically watching out for the same thing, just reworded differently for us for Salisbury, Wango, Pittsfield, those areas. And this has just been added as we signed on at 5 o'clock. Now, this is in effect until 3 o'clock Saturday for Rocky Hook, Coquitlam, Vienna, and basically in these areas that are over in Dorchester County, over towards Cambridge as well. Generally speaking, we're still staying quiet in the upper atmosphere for us here. Trough is actually just to our west. We'll see a few extra clouds, and we may actually catch a renegade sprinkle on Saturday, but that's not the real rain. Saturday's rain is more like a fugazi from that old mafia movie, just a fake. But the real rain's going to show up on Monday, just so you know. That's not a fugazi, all right? 56 for us in Millsboro, 53 in Delmar, 52 in Seaford and in Greenwood. And we're about 7 degrees warmer in Georgetown, 6 degrees warmer in Ocean City. If you're planning on a hike for Saturday, here's your expectations. It's going to be cloudy tomorrow, but we will reach 60 degrees. But it will be cloudy and sort of a milky-looking sky and gray all day long. Limited sunshine, if any at all, and a little drizzle might not be out of the question, okay? And so we're looking at that pattern for Saturday. Now, Sunday, we see the scattered showers become a little more solid for us for Sunday afternoon briefly, but it's really on Monday where this stuff is going to really kick in, because even as we take a look at our rain chances, they escalate going into Sunday, and then they stay elevated. So with that being the case, you can see Sunday from another one of our models, Sunday's encompassed all over the entire Delmarva Peninsula. And then as we go into Monday, it stays pretty active. So tonight, 43, partly cloudy skies, cloudy and 64 for tomorrow. Cooler on Sunday, but scattered showers kick in, particularly in the evening time on Sunday. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling Extended Forecast. Yellow alert day for Monday with heavy showers. And now this rain on Tuesday is going to happen before 7 o'clock in the morning. Then we're done going to the rest of the week.
Thank you, Paul. Maryland Department of Agriculture has launched a new initiative to connect farmers with hunters. And the idea here is to address the challenge of deer damage on agricultural land. Developed from direct feedback at the Deer Summit and farmer surveys, this program aims, no pun there, to reduce crop losses and overpopulation through managed deer hunting on farmland. In a press release from the state, Steve Keithley, founder of the Hunters of Maryland, said, quote, "The principal barrier to taking more deer is access to private farmland. Under this initiative, access will now be developed in cooperation with Maryland farmers," end quote.
Do you take your animals with you on your travels? Well, if you live in Delaware, the Department of Agriculture wants you to remember that a certificate of veterinary inspection or a health certificate is mandatory for animals crossing the state lines. This certificate ensures your animal is disease-free, which helps the department protect the state's animal population. Whether for show or for personal travel, make sure to get your certificate in advance to keep Delaware's animals safe and healthy.
Coming up, heading out for the Super Bowl, see how Maryland troopers are working to make your weekend drive safer. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
Over 14,000 people per day are affected by water damage in their home or business. Even a small leak from a water heater, washer, refrigerator line, or even HVAC drain can cause lasting damage. Response time is critical. Paul Davis has a team of certified experts on call 24/7 to stop the water, mitigate damage, and work directly with your insurance to quickly restore your home or business. If you see peeling paint, stains, mold, or smell a musty odor, call Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Weather brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
It's kind of cute that she thinks I don't notice. But I really appreciate how she's always looking after me. Sometimes she thinks she's fooling me, but she isn't. Do the boys at work give me grief about my hummus? Oh, you bet. But it's a small price to pay for a woman who cares. Hey, babe.
Hey. You're always there for them.
Okay, we're all ready.
And we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
Save big at the Laurel and Dover Outlet and Clearance Center's President's Day sale. Save up to 70% throughout the store. Get huge savings on floor samples, discontinued items, one-of-a-kinds, and more, all priced to sell. And don't forget clearance mattresses, all up to 70% off. Bring your car, truck, or van. You can buy it today and take it home today. Save up to 70% for a limited time only at the Laurel and Dover Outlet and Clearance Center's President's Day sale.
The Today Show, weekdays at 7 on Coast TV.
You may think your home's crawl space is okay, but chances are it's not. Mold, pests, and rotting beams can all cause problems for your home and for your family. The good news is your home's crawl space problems can be fixed permanently, so you and your family can rest easy. Because crawl space problems won't get better with time, but they will get better with us.
Call Dry Zone today for your free estimate.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
Football fans, as you gear up for Super Bowl Sunday, remember road safety. The Maryland State Police are increasing patrols, especially on the Eastern Shore. From Berlin to Salisbury, the state says troopers will be on high alert. They're looking for aggressive, distracted, or impaired driving. They're sending a clear message here. Enjoy the game, but plan ahead. Troopers say you should designate a sober driver in advance or consider using public transportation or a rideshare service. Last year, throughout Super Bowl weekend, Maryland State troopers made over 60 DUI arrests and issued over 4,000 citations and warnings.
Congress is calling on the Federal Aviation Administration to change how it addresses mental health for its pilots. In a letter to the FAA, a bipartisan group of 45 members said it must, quote, reduce the stigma around the issue. This comes on the heels of an incident in October when an off-duty Alaska airline pilot had an in-flight breakdown. Pilots who currently say they have some sort of mental problem during mandatory physicals, they could lose their ability to fly. We'll be right back.
Warm spring days are right around the corner, and Tyndall's has everything you need to create your own outdoor getaway. Browse the latest in outdoor furniture styles arriving now. Planning an outdoor oasis? Visit our showrooms in Laurel and Lewis to custom order for spring and summer arrival. Shop the best manufacturers like Polywood, Casual Comfort, and Telescope, all proudly made in the USA. In-stock furniture is on sale now. We can hold it until spring or take advantage of our white glove delivery service. Tyndall's Casual Furniture, Delmarva's outdoor furniture experts.
Everyone knows us for termites and bed bugs, but don't forget we're also here for all your general pest control needs. Ants, spiders, crickets, rodents, fleas, ticks, and of course, mosquitoes. Bennett Termite is dedicated to protecting our communities from your aggravations and dangers presented by pests of all kinds. If you want to find out the Bennett difference, give us a call today. Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
There's a joy that comes with building your new home on your lot, walking through your design, noticing the little things you visualized come to life, the progress, the completion, and the move-in to your new home. At Berica, we specialize in building strong, energy-efficient homes, custom built in our factory and finished on your lot, wherever that may be. Tour our model homes and factory at our main office in Greenwood. We're happy to help you begin your journey in building your new Berica. Start online today at bericahomes.com.
My real estate approach is about building relationships with my clients and providing the best experience with results.
She's not going to let you down. She's going to make sure that even when there's a bump in the road, she smooths it out quickly.
She would facilitate anything that we needed. She went above and beyond.
So it was a very seamless process where she delivered on everything she said she would do.
She was so patient with all of our questions. It was a great experience overall.
Let me help you get to your next destination.
Call our mom. She's the best. She really is.
From the ground, your roof may appear to be in good condition, but what's really going on up there? At Precision Exteriors, we use cutting-edge drone technology to conduct a free 21-point roof inspection, detailing what's good or not so good about your roof. Got storm damage? We are experts working with insurance companies to quickly repair any damage.
I highly recommend Precision Exteriors. They've done 3 roofs for us and done an excellent job.
Measure twice, cut once, and always do it with precision. Precision Exteriors.
Right now, we take a look at how we're standing right now. This is courtesy of our gutter helmet camera in Ocean View. We're at 50 degrees right now, and our expectation for tonight, we're going to drop back to 45 degrees, 44 by the 8 o'clock hour. Now, overall, we still have the coastal flood advisory that's in effect for our entire area, bracing for a chance of flooding. Yeah, I know it's extended going to early tomorrow morning as well as Saturday afternoon. Here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling extended forecast. We're looking at our yellow alert day for Monday. Now that's moved up a day. because weather does change from day to day.
Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.